Welcome to Rooted Insights, a podcast for women in their second season of life who've spent years caring for everyone else. Kids, partners, work, households, holding it all together while quietly putting your own needs on the back burner. If you now find yourself wondering, what's next for me? What do I really want for my life now? And how do I start prioritizing myself without dropping everything else? You're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Kelley, a health and well-being specialist and mind-body expert. I'm passionate about blending grounded, science-informed practices into everyday life so we can better support our hard-working nervous systems, emotional well-being, and step more fully into our authentic selves. It's about remembering who you really are and how to live with more fun, wonder, and personal fulfillment in this beautiful next season of your life and beyond. In our last episode, we talked about listening to your body as your first language of truth. Today, we're going to build on that and explore 3 inner capacities that become especially powerful in this middle season of your life: your intuition, your intention, and your imagination. Think of them as your inner power trio, quiet, deeply personal tools that can help you create a more sustainable, healthy, and genuinely happier next chapter. In earlier seasons, many of us lived by external maps. What family, culture, work, or social media told us a good life should look like. We pushed our nervous systems to keep up, overrode our bodies, and often ignored the small inner whispers that said, "This doesn't feel quite right." Mid-season is different. Roles are changing, bodies are changing, relationships are shifting, and the old maps just don't fit as neatly anymore. This is where your intuition, intention, and imagination really come online as personal power tools. Intuition helps you sense what is true for you now, beyond old rules. Intention focuses your energy on what matters most, instead of scattering it everywhere. And imagination lets you picture and feel new possibilities before they exist, which shapes the choices you make today. When your nervous system is more supported, your body is listened to, and you bring these 3 capacities into the mix, you're no longer just reacting to life. You're gently co-creating your next season from the inside out. From a science and mind-body perspective, intuition isn't magic. It's your brain and body processing information faster than your conscious mind can explain. Your nervous system constantly scans for patterns, facial expressions, tones of voice, past experiences, and sends your awareness a summary in the form of a feeling, a knowing, a nudge, a contraction, or a sense of ease. In this season of life, your intuition is often the heaviness you feel before agreeing to something that no longer is aligned with you, or the lightness or quiet excitement when you imagine a new direction, even if it scares you a little, or the persistent inner whisper that says, "There's more for me than this pace, this pattern, and this old story." Intuition tends to speak through your body first, like a tight throat, or a fluttery belly, or soft warmth in your chest. So all the body listening that you've been practicing is actually strengthening your intuitive channel. Here's a simple intuition practice. Once a day, pause and bring to mind one small decision, nothing huge. Then ask, when I imagine saying yes, how does my body feel? And when I imagine saying no, how does my body feel? You're not looking for perfection. You're simply noticing which option feels more like constriction and which feels more like space. Over time, that pattern becomes clearer and more trustworthy. Intention is your inner why, the quiet, guiding focus behind what you choose to do with your energy, time, and attention. In a nervous system sense, clear intention can reduce overwhelm because it helps your brain prioritize instead of treating every request or thought as equally urgent. In this first half of life, many of us ran on default intentions like keep everyone happy, or work harder to achieve, or don't rock the boat, or speak up, but try not to offend anyone. In this mid-season, intention might start sounding more like support my nervous system and health so I can enjoy my life, be honest and kind, both with myself and others, do more of what nurtures me and less of what drains me, choose relationships that feel good and are easy, release those that cause stress or emotional strain, invest my energy in what feels meaningful, not just what looks impressive on paper. When you choose an intention for the day, you're quietly telling your brain and body, this is what we're aiming for, which influences what you notice, how you respond, and where you say yes or no. A simple intention practice is in the morning, before you grab your phone, place your hand on your heart or your belly and ask, how do I want to feel as I move through today? Let one word or short phrase arise. Maybe it's calm, honest, spacious, connected, happy, healthy. That becomes your intention. When decisions pop up throughout the day, you can gently ask, does this choice support or drain that feeling? And adjust even 5% toward what supports you. Imagination is not just for kids or artists. From a brain perspective, when you vividly imagine something, like taking a calm breath before a hard conversation or going for a walk instead of scrolling, many of the same neural pathways light up as when you actually do it. So this means imagination can help your nervous system rehearse new patterns before you take them into the real world or use them with real people, like setting a boundary or trying a new routine. Imagination can also help you make unfamiliar choices feel a little safer because your brain has seen them before. And imagination can support healing by giving your system images and experiences of safety, possibility, and rest, not just stress and threat. In mid-season, imagination is especially powerful because it lets you gently try on new versions of your life, how you spend your time, who you are in relationships, how you care for your body, without having to change everything all at once. Here's a simple imagination practice. Once this week, give yourself 2 to 3 quiet minutes. Take a few slow breaths, then imagine a normal day, but with your chosen intention woven through it. Maybe a calmer morning routine, one honest no, one nourishing yes, one small pause your body has been asking for. Let yourself feel what that would be like in your body, your shoulders, your breath, your chest. You're not making a rigid plan. You're offering your nervous system a new template it can begin to move toward. Intuition, intention, and imagination are powerful on their own, but they become especially supportive when you weave them together with what we've already been practicing in previous episodes. Nervous system care, pauses, no as a complete sentence, healthy boundaries, and body listening and awareness practices. Here's a simple way to bring them together this week. Think of one area in your life that feels a bit off. Maybe it's your schedule, a relationship pattern, nutrition choices, or how much you're doing for others compared to yourself. Notice what happens in your body as you bring it to mind. Tight, heavy, numb, tense? Ask, what is my intuition quietly telling me about this? Allow a word, phrase, or image to surface. Then, based on what arose, choose a simple intention, like honoring my capacity more. Ask for help once this week. Set a timer to help me drink more water, or create a bit more space in my evenings. Take a minute to imagine yourself living that intention in one small way, saying, I'm unavailable, I can't do that this week. Or blocking off 15 minutes just for you. Or taking 3 breaths before you answer a message. Or trying media-free Mondays. Then simply notice how your body feels in that imagined scene. Then choose one tiny real-world step that matches what you imagined that can move you closer to that new intention for yourself. Not 10 steps, just one. This is how big life shifts actually happen in a sustainable way, through many small, nervous system-aware choices, guided by your own intuition, intention, and imagination, repeated over time. As we round out these first 7 episodes together, you might carry a few questions into your walks, your journal, or your quiet moments. Where has my intuition been speaking that I've been overriding or doubting? And if I chose one core intention for this next season of my life, what might that be? And what's one image of my future self, a feeling, a scene, or a way of being that feels both a little new and a little like coming home? You don't have to have a full vision board or 5-year plan. You just need a growing relationship with your own inner signals, your chosen focus, and the images that help your nervous system feel safe enough to change. And if this episode helped you feel a little more powerful on the inside, a little more hopeful about what's possible in your next chapter, follow or subscribe to Rooted Insight so you don't miss what's coming next. If it feels supportive, leave a 5-star rating or a positive review. It truly helps other women in this mid-season of life find these grounded, science-informed, soul-honoring conversations. You can also share this episode with a friend who's quietly sensing that something in her life needs to shift, and share one empowered intention you plan on making in this next special season of life below. Thank you for being here, for your courage, and for the way you're choosing to live more honestly and kindly with yourself now. And remember, you're not behind, you're in a new season of your life, and your nervous system and your deeper self have carried you this far. You're allowed to support them now. And we're here, rooting in together, one inner nudge, one clear intention, one brave new possibility at a time. Join me next time on Rooted Insights.